Let's go.
Let's rock.
Jimmy Juice podcast, man.
Let's go, let's go.
Figgy Fig, best in the world, that's what he do, know what I'm talking about. Ryan Rockett, born and raised in the H-Town, Houston, Texas. Know what I'm saying? Let's go.
Let's go in the jacuzzi, smoking threats. I got my feet up. Cut them haters off, I told them beat it. I don't need you. Spend 50 racks in cash, but it's all good. I got my visa. This rolling got them staring at me like the Mona Lisa. My ghetto, Nikeisha. I beat it like a creature. She always like my sneakers. These Jordan 5 pink aces. Let's go. I'm knocking them down back to back in the row. He really the one. They already know. Put on all of my chains, go put on the show.
Giving up gins, sipping my juice. Counting the beans, addicted to ends. I need it back in on whatever I do. We get it in on the daily. I get it rocking like this with the 80s. We really 10-toe down on the pavement. What's up? We about to see what they saying.
Rockin' gems, sippin' juice. Rockin' gems, sippin' juice. Rockin' gems, sippin' juice. Rockin' gems, sippin' juice. Let's go. Gems, sippin' juice. Rockin' gems, sippin' juice. Rockin' gems, sippin' juice. Rockin' gems, sippin' juice. Go, let's go.
What do you have to say to everyone who still considers the Astros cheaters?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Where the bitches at? It's supposed to be titties. Where the fucking titties and the bitches?
This nigga's scared. Ain't nobody scared, man. I just told you I had a DJ Saturday night. Fuck that shit. Look at my African American over here. Look at him.
Toby be good nigga for massa. Good nigga. Be good nigga for massa. Good nigga.
You must have just added that one.
I just added this one.
Toby be good nigga for massa. Good nigga.
So somebody gonna tune in randomly to our podcast, be like, "What the fuck? What is going on here, man?" Welcome to another exciting edition of the Gems and Juice podcast, and I would like to start this one off by issuing a formal apology on behalf of myself and Figgy Fig. We're sorry, Houston. We jinxed the Texans. Okay, we jinxed them. We brought our podcast back. We were on break from the podcast, and they were winning. They were winning convincingly. Well, for the most part, defense was great, and we brought our podcast back right before the divisional round of the playoffs. We brought the pom poms out. We had the matching Texans gear. You had the Swarm City. I had the classic D'Amico red Texans shirt. We brought the pom poms out. I caped for CJ, which I had never done before. I was like, of course he's not going to play as bad as he did during the Steelers game. And yeah,
that was bad. If I was on that sideline, I got the perfect drop for this. If I was on that sideline talking to CJ, I would have said this.
That's not how the game is played.
After every interception, I would have hit him with the.
That's not how the game is played. You can't do that.
He really needs. Well, we'll get into that in a minute because I have a lot of thoughts on that. People are starting to finally pick up on CJ's mannerisms and if people are treating him with kid gloves. We'll get into that in a little bit. First up, what's up, everybody joining us on the podcast? What's up, Matt on YouTube? Say that last one through me.
That last drop. Hey, just make sure you cut your audio down when I play this one.
Yeah, be careful, man.
Toby be good nigga for massa. Good nigga.
That's John Amos, right?
Yeah, that's John Amos. Yeah.
What's that from? I forgot.
I want to say it was it's not The Color Purple, right?
You ain't gotta look it up. I was just wondering, but I knew that was John Amos when I heard it.
Yeah, I think it is. Roots. It was Roots.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, it was in Roots. I don't know why I said. I don't know why.
No way it was the episode of Good Time. So I was like, wait a minute.
Oh no, this one he was
It's from
slave.
Roots. That's right. It's from
Yeah.
Roots. What's up, Bravo on Twitch? Matt on YouTube. What's going on, man? Don't worry, I'm rocking the earbuds tonight, but I laughed out loud. Yeah. And Captain Fireball on YouTube said, "Happy Friday, gentlemen. Remember, if you freeze your balls off this weekend, you still can't compete in women's sports." Oh, here we go. The political takes.
Yeah. Hey, speaking of Fireball, shout out to Marty. I'm drinking a little bit of Fireball, man.
There you go, man. There you go. Got to warm
I don't know
up.
if people just pour a glass like this. Yeah, you usually do shots, but I just poured a nice little glass and I'm gonna just sip on it.
I haven't done Fireball in a minute, man. That used to be that was a hot college drink for a minute. We used to just do shots of that, but now I don't. I'm more into I've been drinking this Korean wine I found from HEB lately. Soju.
Oh, okay.
I've been on that shit, man.
Dang, it's have to try it.
Yeah, it's pretty high. I think it's like 12% alcohol by volume or something. It's pretty high content, but for some reason it doesn't really give me that shitty hangover feeling I have when I drink vodka or whiskey or anything like that. Like I'll get a buzz, but I'll go to sleep and I'll feel okay in the morning. So I don't know. Maybe it's just something.
Is this it right here?
Shit. Yeah, basically. So they have all kinds of different flavors and shit. They come in like little mini bottles, like $5, $6, $7 at HEB.
Okay.
And yeah, I've been sipping on that shit lately, man. It's pretty good. Pretty delicious.
I'm gonna try it, man. I'm gonna try it. It's fun. You wouldn't know some type of Asian wine. Only a nigga that's into fucking anime and shit.
I did get some sake too, man. That's some Japanese shit. So yeah, man. I'm a cultured individual, man. You know what can I say? What can I say? But all y'all be safe this weekend, man. All y'all be wrapped up and take care of yourselves. Says stay warm, guys. Got a feels like -4 temperature up here, but I hear H-Town is colder. Yeah, I've heard like in the 20s coming up on Sunday and Monday. So I'm gonna stay my ass in the crib. You know, luckily I got a fireplace here. I got some food packed up, so I'm not moving an inch. I'm gonna binge. Hopefully the power stays on. I'm gonna just binge a bunch of shows and play games, and that's it. What about you, Figgy?
Yeah, well, I still got to work on Monday and Tuesday. So
oh yeah, that's right. Shit.
Yeah, the show don't stop nothing, or the weather don't stop no show. But
monkey don't stop no show. What they?
Yeah, but hopefully, if the streets are bad and I can't make it, then I can't make it. I'll probably try to do the show from here. But yeah, man, it's gonna be interesting, man.
Yeah, all y'all be safe, man. Take care of yourself. And yeah, be prepared. Make sure you go to HEB, get your milk and eggs. I don't understand the milk and eggs thing. Yeah. Why does that get snatched up out of all things to get?
Yeah.
Why milk and eggs?
If the power go out, the milk going.
That's what exactly, and the eggs will go bad.
Yeah.
Why milk and eggs in particular? I would think like canned foods would go first, but milk and eggs for some reason were the first thing sold out at the grocery store.
Yeah, it's crazy too because I feel like a lot of people, you know, they think about from what I've been hearing was, you know, wrap your pipes and you know that type of thing. But the one thing I was thinking about was the power. Like,
yes,
the power go out when it's 90 degrees outside with nothing happening. So I'm like, man, I feel like I'm more prepared for the power to go out than my pipes bursting or something like that.
Yeah, the power was really what was killing people. Luckily, at my spot, I didn't lose during that whole winter freeze a few years ago. I didn't really lose power for a significant amount of time, but I had a friend in Austin who had it out for like 2 weeks.
Damn.
And it was real rough. My parents lost it for a few days. I was worried about them. But yeah, for some people, they were like legit weeks without power, man. It was rough. So yeah, y'all be prepared, be safe, get your generators up and ready and all that.
Yeah.
But anyway, we digress. We got to get back to our funeral for the Houston Texans season. It's now over. Of course, they lost in the divisional round once again, this time to the New England Patriots in Drake May. And yeah, man, I'm sure everybody has said everything there is to say about this game. Figgy, I know you, John, and Reggie done broke this down a million different ways, every way you can. So just give me your summarized thoughts about how the game went, about CJ in particular, because he's the meme of the minute right now. By the way, this game was viewed by 38 million people, apparently, which is the highest thing ever aired on ESPN or any Disney-owned programming ever. So a record amount of people watched this CJ Stroud performance, and explains partially why he's getting clowned so hard. But Figgy, just share your thoughts with us, man. Tell us what you thought about the game, CJ, and the team and the direction going forward.
Yeah, so my thoughts is I was very disappointed. I was very confident. I think I mentioned that before the game. I wasn't sure about CJ Stroud, man, because I felt like he was really looking rough in that Pittsburgh game. I wasn't sure what type of CJ Stroud you was gonna get, man. I knew for sure that it wasn't gonna be a 4+ turnover type of game, because I know last game he had multiple fumbles, he couldn't hold on to the ball, and I'm like, all right, that ain't gonna happen. I ain't know it was gonna be 4 interceptions in the first half. So once I saw that, I kind of knew in the back of my mind it was over. I'm like, yeah, there ain't no coming back. And I saw CJ look a certain way where I'd never seen him look like this before. And I've been watching him since Ohio State. He just looked out of it. I don't know what was wrong, if it was some personal stuff, just some of the decisions he was making. I'm like, why would you throw that up there like that? He looked like a lot. I've seen people compare him to Nathan Peterman, and you don't want to get compared to Nathan Peterman, who is probably, I'm sure it's safe to say he's probably one of the, or the streets are saying he was one of the worst starting quarterbacks ever. And he looked like that. It looked like he never played a game before. So I was really disappointed with that. I do feel like, we've been talking about this all year, I really wasn't sold on the offense. The offensive coordinator, that Patriots offense they got, not really sold on that. And I feel like CJ Stroud performance was so bad that it kind of covered up the offensive coordinator a little bit, where a lot of people pointing the fingers at CJ Stroud, and they ain't even think about the offense was mid all year. So now we all just point at CJ Stroud, which I think is fair, but I think it's some of the offense. I think that man is broken. I don't know what he could do. I thought he was locking in this year, and it seemed like that year when he had probably the craziest offseason where he was all over the place talking shit. That might be the worst look in history, man. After that rookie year, he was all in China wrestling with sumo wrestlers. He was on podcasts talking about he was sitting next to a killer, and he put himself in the top 5, all this type of stuff, man. And not to mention leaving the little event with Amber Rose, and to me it just seemed like it went downhill from there, man. And I know a lot of people like to say it started with the with the Caleb Williams. They stopped taking no hits, bro.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it started way before that, man. He haven't looked right since his rookie year. And this is the type of stuff that will break a quarterback mentally. And so we talked about this early on, about my theory of him possibly wanting to trade out eventually. And my theory is he probably going to ask for a trade. They go, try to force himself to the Rams once Matt Stafford retire. I feel like that's very possible, man. I just think if they keep this coaching staff together, and it's not looking good for him. David Mulugeta is his agent. I can see him saying, nah, man, they not doing you right. Let's request a trade. And I can see him trying to push his way to be back in California, because this is crazy, man. It's not a good look. And I still got a little faith in him. I just don't have faith in this offense. I think this offense ain't good for him. And if they not going to change it, I think we probably going to get, if not a worse version of CJ this coming year. So, yeah, man, it was bad. I felt kind of silly just how hype I was. I'm thinking we about to get to a Super Bowl. And remember, this is before the games happened. Bo Nix for the Denver Broncos got hurt in one of the second to last plays of the game. And they ended up winning the game, but they starting the backup quarterback. So I'm like, man, if they beat New England, that defense going to be facing the backup quarterback. So I'm like, man, this is the perfect chance to get to a Super Bowl. I don't know if you get a better chance than this. And they totally blew it, man. They CJ shit the bed. So I'm very disappointed. I don't know what's going to happen next year. And quite frankly, as excited we was all year long, I feel like I'm not going to fall for the fool's gold again, man, until playoff time, or at least they get past the divisional round. I just won't be sold again, man, because this is the perfect time and they blew it.
Yeah, I think the most depressing thing is that we deep down we all saw this coming. We talked about it on the podcast. I talked about it with other people who watch the Texans. I'm like, if a team gets 21 plus points on this Texans team, they won't be able to come back from that because they just cannot score consistently or effectively enough to win a game like that. It was going to come down to the offense failing this team, and that's exactly what happened. CJ really made me look stupid, man. CJ really made me look stupid. He made all his defenders look stupid. He vindicated everybody who had doubts about CJ. Going back from the preseason where people were talking about how he looked shaky. And I don't know if he's a future quarterback or the franchise quarterback for this team. Those people were called haters. They said, shut up, wait till the regular season starts. Okay, wait till the postseason. And then he doubled down on the terrible Steelers performance with a just as bad performance against the Patriots. So, yeah, man, it's rough. It's rough. It's rough the way the defense played. They deserved really their award. They shouldn't be worried about any kind of defensive player of the year type shit. Their reward for how they played this year should have been facing the Broncos backup quarterback in the AFC championship game, because they were going to put up record numbers against that dude, man. You know they were going to kill him. I never even heard this Jarrett Stidham.
Dude,
you think he's going to ball out against this Texans defense?
He haven't thrown the pass since 2023. And he I think he started off in New England, I want to say. And he, like I said, it's the reason why you never really heard of him, man. He ain't really played that much. Just a journeyman backup type of guy. So, it wasn't going to be good for the Broncos, man. And I don't know. It still ain't going to be good for the Broncos, I don't think, unless he come out looking like Tom Brady or some shit. That was just the perfect opportunity. I just knew whoever won that game is going to the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
And they would have went to a Super Bowl, man, and they totally blew that. And I think the worst part about it, I think Bravo on Twitch, he said CJ is a little bit delusional too. I don't know if y'all saw the end of that season presser. And I did, and he was kind of, honestly, I felt like he was a little delusional after that Steelers game. Remember, he was walking to the tunnel and he was kind of taunting the fans, saying, ha, you mad?
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, dog, you out of all people shouldn't be doing that right now. You had an awful game, and that defense scored more points than you did, pretty much. So I don't know about that. And then in that presser, he was pretty much saying, yeah, I made a few mistakes, but we got the win. It's just like a few. Like, nah, man, you had an awful game. And I just felt like he didn't really want to, I guess take responsibility for it. And I know they won that game. So, like, people don't want to hear that shit when you win. But even after they lost to the Patriots, I just felt like I don't know. It just, I don't want to say delusional, but it's kind of coming off like you know what you're doing type thing. Like you don't want to take the responsibility for it. And that's gonna rub people the wrong way, man. I mean, we kind of seen that type of shit with Deshaun Watson here, where it's just kind of that nonchalant, I don't give a damn what y'all saying type thing. And we kind of see how that ended up. But nah, it's crazy. It's kind of wild how shit turned around too, because remember, I want to say it was last year or after the rookie year, we were already talking about CJ Stroud, the best quarterback in franchise history. We totally erased Deshaun Watson. Now, I think I saw a post today saying, hey, Deshaun Watson, he the best quarterback in franchise history. People kind of back on that train now. And I can't be mad at that.
I'm not going to be nostalgic about Deshaun Watson, man. Let's not forget that he ended he won 4 games in 2020 going out, man. He looked shaky under not being under Bill O'Brien. I've not seen Deshaun Watson do anything. All right. He seemed to only be okay under Bill O'Brien. And Bill O'Brien ain't in the NFL no more. So he went to Cleveland and was awful. I don't want to hear no nostalgia for Deshaun Watson like we should have kept him. Like he would have got exposed too, man. I'm sorry. That shit he was doing, the Houdini plays, that was not going to hold up, man. All right. So no, I'm not nostalgic over Deshaun Watson. But to your point about CJ and his attitude, man, I think I saw some of the quotes from the press conference too. And in general, I think the Texans speak like lawyers or PR people in these press conferences, man. You don't really get a feel of what they really think. They just say what they're supposed to say. And to an extent, I kind of respect it. It's kind of professional, but at the same time, it's annoying because you never see the frustrations of the fan base reflected in the team. And it goes from the GM to the coach to the players. Nobody throws anybody under the bus, which is fair, but there also seems to be a lot of double talk and nobody wants to say, going to the fucking Joe Mixon thing, man. So for some reason, even though the season is over, we still can't find out what happened to Joe Mixon. He just had a freak injury that never recovered. Huh? Like this organization just speaks in riddles. So I don't really take anything they say publicly. I take with a grain of salt because they're not going to give real answers. But CJ in particular, there were things about his attitude that I just ignored because I didn't want to make it look like a big deal. I didn't think it was a big deal, but now it's a big deal to me. It's a big deal. His attitude when they're down, his attitude when things are not going great, very mopey. Everybody's been talking about that. Very mopey, very looking like he just spaced out. No energy, come on, guys, let's get it. His attitude after that rookie season, which I criticized in real time, but I said, you know what? If he's still good, he can. If this is how he pumps himself up, fine, talk that shit. Now he has to live with them quotes. They're gonna be brought up. No, every time he has a shitty game, they're gonna bring out that Caleb picture. They're gonna bring up him putting himself in the top 5. All that shit that his defenders defended. And I said I thought was corny, but hey, if he could back it up, well, he hasn't backed it up. So it looks super corny, and that's his fault for doing that. So yeah, I'm out on CJ. Man, I'm out. I'm not going to say I think he's done in the NFL. I'm not going to say he should be traded like some people are saying, but I don't think he is a future franchise quarterback of this team. I think the team is going to have to move on. If we got to look for another quarterback, fuck it, man. Because CJ is not going to magically turn it around. It's going to take a lot for him to think about it. For him to win the confidence and respect of the city back, he has to make it past the divisional round of the playoffs and go to the AFC Championship. So he has no chance to do that until a year from now. So until then, we're not going to have any faith in CJ to deliver when the lights are brightest.
Yeah.
And it's going to take him a long time in football, terms, a long time to get that confidence back from the fan base. And so, don't pay him. If we got to let him walk, if he wants to force a trade, I'm not going to cry about it. If we got to go back to the fucking drawing board, so be it. But this dude, I don't think he's a future. I think we're going to have to start looking at other options at this point, forming the exit plan.
Do you feel like we kind of overlooked that situation when Tank Dell got hurt and he was just boo-hooing on the sideline? Because a lot of people, it was some people really criticizing him for that. But then, this was last season. So a lot of people was like, no, it ain't no wrong with showing emotion. Do you feel like in hindsight, that was kind of a sign what type of quarterback he is? Because look, I ain't gonna lie, I never seen that before from a quarterback within the game, to the point I thought, we was talking about it a couple times, I thought he was about to get in an ambulance with Tank Dell. It looked like he couldn't hold himself together. And I know it wasn't popular saying it back then, but I always thought that was a little bit, look, I'm not trying to criticize anybody from showing emotion and anything, but just seeing that on the football field, man, like, people get hurt all the time, man. I don't think I saw anybody. I ain't see Josh Allen doing that with old boy who damn near died on the field. You know what I mean? He was just kind of boo-hooing it. He got a lot of slack for that. But do you feel like that was kind of an early sign of what type of quarterback he might be when stuff hits the fan, when shit gets real, where he can't hold himself together and just put the team on his back and say, let's go?
Look, I didn't overlook it because I said in the moment I didn't like it. And it was a controversial thing to say because people were defending it. And they said they they were saying you're wrong for thinking he shouldn't be crying like that on the field.
These guys are human and all that.
Yeah. So if you said, that's why I kept them comments to myself, because I saw a couple people say it and get destroyed. So I'm like, all right, let me just go ahead and keep but I didn't like it. I didn't like it was in the middle of a game, a very important game against the Chiefs, and he was inconsolable. Like, we legit thought he was going to have to be brought out the game because he was crying his eyes out. And this goes back to what I said last podcast. In general, I think CJ is just immature. I think he's up when the team is up, and he's down when the team is down. And one thing I know, since it's going to lead me to my next question, which I'm sure you know what it is. One thing people say, I've noticed a teammate say about Davis Mills, is that he's very even kill. He's very not, I won't say not emotional, but he's very in control of his emotions. He doesn't get too up. He doesn't get too down. If he makes a mistake, he's like, on to the next play. He's very in the moment, and he's very in control of his emotions. He's not emotional.
He talked about that. He actually talked about that, saying how he kind of had issues with his wife because he never show any emotion or get mad. And she was like, why are you not mad at me? he literally said that in the press conference.
And that's what his teammates say about him too. They respect that. They don't say that about CJ. They say a lot of good things about CJ. They don't say that. And I do think somebody like a Davis Mills is just more calm and collected in general. And CJ, he gets in his feelings, for the lack of a better term. He gets in his feelings. So this leads me to my next question, man. Where do you stand on this? I've seen arguments for both. People are saying that D'Amico should have pulled CJ out of the game after the fourth interception or after halftime and brought in Davis Mills. Now, to be fair to CJ, he did play better in the second half. He didn't turn the ball over. I know Woody Marks turned the ball over. He fumbled, which was crazy because he had never fumbled in the season yet since then. But what are your thoughts on that? Do you think Davis Mills should have been brought in? And do you think Davis Mills could have led this team to a victory on Sunday?
So, if I was coach, I probably would have made the change. And I thought the change was going to happen just looking off of CJ's emotions. Because, like I said, I was watching the game, and he was doing a lot of stuff that he normally don't do. He was throwing bad passes. He was just throwing punts up in the air. And it was just like, man, to me, it seemed like he was out of control. And I probably would have put somebody else in there, not because he's having a bad game, because I know a lot of people had bad games. You seen Justin Herbert with a bad game, but he didn't look out of control or in over his head or just out of it. And to me, I felt like CJ Stroud, even if you would have threw one interception, just some of the poor decisions he was making, he probably should have had 7 interceptions, to be honest.
Yeah.
But just some of the poor decisions he was making, just to look in his face, he looked like he didn't have any answers. It looked like he was spaced out. I probably would have put Davis Mills in the second half, because I don't know if he was together or not, man. I think I tweeted something like, hey, CJ just don't look right. Something's wrong. It looked like something's wrong mentally. And I don't know. Like I said, I've just been watching him for so long since Ohio State. I never seen him look that spaced out like that. I'm like, man, I probably would have sat him that probably before after the fourth interception. I probably would have sat him down in, man. Like, yo, control yourself, get yourself together. I would have probably had to have a nice little pep talk with him, a strong pep talk or something. He just didn't look right. And, look, I ain't the biggest Davis Mills should start guy, but Davis Mills, remember in that Jazz game, I think his first throwing play, he threw an interception or pitch 6 or something like that. And he stayed calm, just like you said. He just stayed calm. They were down by a lot. He brought that team back. So I don't know if CJ can do that, man. The only time we really seen him do that was against Tampa Bay in his rookie year. And they were down, I think they were down like a touchdown or, a little under a touchdown with 45 seconds left. I thought he had it in him at that time, but now I'm just like, man, when shit hit the fan, I don't know if he could get it together. And that was kind of my point of bringing up the Tank Dell injury. Because when that injury happened, the Texans were still in the game. I felt like they had a really good chance. They was looking good and just got that touchdown. So I thought they were still in the game. And once that injury happened, CJ wasn't the same. The whole team wasn't the same, to be honest, but CJ didn't look right since then. So that's why I was wondering, like, man, is he that tight when stuff hits the fan? Then it's over. Then that's it. He can't take his team back to win this game, and that's not really good for a quarterback, man. We've seen some of the greatest quarterbacks make history and comebacks. We've seen it here in Houston with Tom Brady in Atlanta. I remember they was down 20. Was it 25-3 or 27-3, whatever it was, 28-3? I want to say. Like, so if the Texans are down 28-3 with CJ, it's just over. Like, that's it. So I think in hindsight, when we look at it, that was probably a sign right there that that might be an issue.
Yeah, and it's funny how everybody now is kind of trying to figure out exactly where CJ fell off. I've heard um theories about it being in his second year against the Jets where he got just pummeled and destroyed and he hasn't been the same since then. I've also heard since his concussion earlier this year, he has been way more reluctant to run. That's another thing I was noticing. Some I had some people who were watching the game who are not Texans fans, and they were asking, "Why doesn't CJ run?" And I had no answer for him. I like, we're trying to figure that out, man. We don't know either. I don't know. We don't know why he stopped running. Um, Matt on YouTube says, in hindsight, Fig, I think you're right. I thought it was weird that he couldn't set aside and get back to work, but I didn't feel it was right to question it. Now, though, it's a bit of a red flag. Yeah. Yeah. Don't want to say I told y'all so, but you know. Bravo on Twitch says CJ hasn't done anything to earn not being taken out that game. They really let the season go by because they didn't want to hurt Coleridge feelings. We're calling him Coleridge now. And yeah, I was watching a clip from a podcast. I think it was Chris Long. I think he made a good point. He was like, okay, if anybody else on the football team played that badly at their position, they would have got taken out without a second thought. You know, a running back fumble 4 times. You think they're going to keep him in a game? The center missed a snap or mess up the snap 4 times. They're not going to keep him in a game. But CJ gets to throw 4 picks and a half, and he's still the guy. So in general, I think I know quarterbacks are different, but I do wonder if they're just being too soft on CJ because they don't want to hurt his feelings. And if that's the issue, then we can't continue like this. Okay. This is a team full of grown men. All right. We cannot be worried about feelings.
Yeah.
Bravo also said, bro said he got to realize he don't need to play hero ball anymore. He was at Ohio State. Yeah. And that's the immaturity, I think, that goes with him. I think he's trying to make that Sports Center play. I think he's trying to enforce some kind of big superstar play when he's just not capable of doing it right now. So instead of forcing the issue, he's just got to check down, take a sack, throw it out of bounds, do what you got to do, but don't just throw up a prayer hoping that, you know, you'll make top 5 Sports Center plays or some shit. Like, just play smart with the ball, man. But
yeah, the NFL is different, man. And that's the one good thing I can say about this offense, this New England offense, is they don't do the home run type of plays. It's very simple, man. Like CJ might not have a lot of yards or do a lot of flashy plays, but it's all about making the right plays and just getting the first down, that type of stuff, running the ball, getting the first down. And I felt like he bailed out on that. I think he felt like he needed to play hero ball, and he ended up with 4 interceptions. So I think I just think that was a bad idea on his part, and it's going to be a really long off season for him, man. Like, I thought last season we didn't really hear from him because of the second year. This one, you probably might not see him into OTAs or hear from him until OTAs.
Yeah, and I got to be real. None of the cope about next season feels good to me. None of it feels good. You got the GM saying he thought their offense was good enough. You got people saying, oh, since CJ's getting clowned so bad, you know he's going to come back determined he's going to be a dog next year. I'm like, based on what? Yeah. Based on what do you know that's going to happen, man? All right, because I said the same thing after the Steelers game, and it was not true. What about him so far makes you think he's got that dog in him where he's just going to be super motivated to come back? Look, he ain't got that Baker Mayfield dog in him. That's what I'm saying, man.
Baker Mayfield, you see what he did with the coach from Cleveland.
Yeah.
How he pretty much called him out and all this other shit. Said, can't wait to see you twice a year, coach. Like, I know he gonna throw for 500 yards in those games, man. I know he gonna show up for those games motivated. I just never saw that with CJ Stroud, man. And a lot of people talked a lot of shit about CJ Stroud over the years. And I just don't think he's that type. Like, all right, I'm about to prove to them. And and go out there and ball out. I think the only time I seen them do that is I don't even know a lot of people talk shit about them during this time, but that playoff game against Cleveland where they were the best defense in the league and CJ Stroud put up a real good game against them. But outside of that, man, I just don't see him taking this as motivation and then coming back better. I just don't see that, man.
Yeah, look, I would like to be wrong, but I just don't think he's that kind of person. He hasn't shown me that dog yet. So I think people are that's wishful thinking at this point, and it's cope. All right. Because we said the same thing after the Steelers game. We said the exact same thing. We said, we see how he's getting talked about. He's not going to make those same mistakes. And he did. So that, I don't know, man. It just doesn't feel, that's the worst thing about the team right now is just nothing feels good offensively about, going into next season. It just doesn't feel good, man. You hope the defense is still as good because, look, they lucked out having everybody healthy on the defensive end for the most part. There's no guarantee that's going to happen next season. And if that's not the case, you're in big trouble.
Yeah. And just think about it like this, too, how open that Super Bowl window was this year.
Yes.
Next year, and ain't no guarantee that Kansas City going to be bad again or Baltimore going to be bad again. And the Bills, they going to, possibly be bad and all these other teams. You got more teams in the mix right now. Like you probably going to get Patrick Mahomes back. Lamar Jackson got a new coach. There ain't no telling what they going to do. They might be pretty good this year. I don't know what Pittsburgh going to be, but you still got Denver. You still got all these other teams in the way, man. And what if they stay a little healthy and make it kind of far? That might push you out. You got more of an obstacle to go through. So that's why I'm so disappointed, man. This was the perfect year. And I know people probably would have said, oh, yeah, they made it because Patrick Mahomes wasn't in the playoffs. Lamar, but who give a damn? This was the perfect year for them to make it to the Super Bowl, man. And they totally blew it. And I feel like this defense gonna be so forgettable now. I know we talking about it locally. They started talking about it nationally, but just losing how they did so early, that defense gonna be so forgettable, man.
Yeah, Patriots talking shit to you. I know y'all seen that dude talk about how we thought the Patriots team, I think, was it Booty or somebody? It was somebody on the Patriots who had a press conference and said that we heard all these things about the Houston defense and they're talking about Legion of Boom and all this stuff. And I'm like, well, shit. I get
Ain't nothing
what can we say?
Man. And the crazy part is they still play pretty good. It's just, they
were killing Drake. Drake made it not have a good game. They were killing him.
I think Drake made the right plays, man. Just he probably got off 2 good plays, which ended up in the score. But how can you win a game when your quarterback is throwing 4 interceptions like that and not giving you a chance at all? That game was so bad. I talked about this on the show too. That game, CJ Stroud and that offense was so bad. I was hoping he take a sack and go 3 and out so the defense could get back on the field and possibly get a touchdown. I was hoping the defense was on the field to score, man. That's how bad they were.
Secretly, I think D'Amico thought the same thing too. I think that's why he punted. Everybody's been killing him for that, especially locally. People are asking why he punted on 4th down with like 2 minutes left. I think he thought the same thing. He said, okay, there's no way they're going to convert this 4th down. So
it was 4th and 18.
Yeah, there was no way. With the way the offense was playing, there is no way. There's a better chance of the defense getting a forced fumble or an interception and either scoring or putting them in easy scoring position than there was to convert a fucking 4th and 18 with CJ Stroud at the quarterback. So
I wasn't mad at that. I also wasn't. I know a lot of people was talking about Daniil Hunter forcing that fumble, and instead of just falling on it, he tried to pick it up, and eventually New England fell on it and ended up punting. But I'm like, man, I don't blame Daniil at all. Y'all pretty much playing offense at this point. So I would have been totally fine him trying to pick the ball up and score. Any other time, I would have been like, just fall on it. But I'm like, nah, man, you got to score at this point because I had no faith in the offense.
Yeah, no, I agree, man. Matt says, I hate to say it. I think we went from Deshaun putting the team on his back and forcing a win to now the defense has to because the quarterback just isn't that dog. Shout out LT. Yeah, that's the identity that they've been this whole season. You know, I think they've been a defense first team. They think that if they can score 7 or 14 points, that's enough to win any game. And in the NFL, that's just not going to be enough. All right. At some point, somebody gonna put damn near 30 on your head, and you got to answer back. All right. So, yeah, this was the 2017 Houston Rockets. That's exactly what this was. This was the 2017 Houston Rockets were supposed to win a championship. Yeah. They were up against Golden State. Then they have Chris Paul gets hurt. Then they missed 27 threes in a game 7 to lose eventually.
27 straight threes, right?
27 straight threes to lose that game. And the winner would have went against a depleted, fucked up Cleveland team with aging LeBron. So with LeBron and nobody else, basically. So yeah.
I like how you say Asian LeBron. That shit was almost 10 years ago. He's still playing.
True, he wasn't. Okay, fair enough. He wasn't that old. He actually, Cleveland LeBron was still cold. He was still cold at that point.
Yeah, right. At that point, yeah. But
he wasn't Miami LeBron, but he was still fucking good.
It was a good LeBron, but he was still kind of at that age, though, which is funny. It was kind of like, okay, he's a little older. He ain't the same, but he did have some garbage around him. But no, you know what? I think that was 2017. That was the year. I think they still had Kyrie. So
was that the year he got hurt, or was
that? No, that ain't the year he got hurt. But that wasn't the year he got hurt. But he, I think the Rockets still had a great chance to win that championship, man. If they faced Cleveland, I think that would have been a good chance.
They definitely would have won, man. I think I don't even know if it would particularly have been close, but we know it didn't happen. So that's what this year, unless the Texans come back within the next 5 years, unless they come back with a vengeance and make it to the Super Bowl or beyond and win it, that will be their legacy right now. The 2025 Houston Texans were the 2017 Houston Rockets. And very unfortunate. Man, I'm coughing on this shit. Anyway, but so yeah, that is our eulogy for the Houston Texans. I don't even know if I feel like watching the rest of the NFL. I'll watch the Super Bowl. I'm not going to watch these conference championships, man. I'm definitely not going to watch that damn Denver Patriots game. But we'll see. I'll tune into the Super Bowl for better or worse. But yeah, this feels bad, man. Feels bad. This was supposed to be the year. This was destiny. Everything rolled out perfectly. It's kind of like when you ever fumble a girl and you didn't realize until much later that she was trying to throw up the alley-oop and you just didn't catch it?
Yes.
That's what it felt like.
Yeah, I did that back. This was back when I was 17 years old. I was working at KFC, and there was this she was Hispanic or Puerto Rican or something. She was working at KFC, and mind you, people that work in those type of places, man, they don't nobody look that good unless you really standing out. So she just looked like a white girl, hat, big clothes and all that shit, and everybody kept trying to hook us up together. And I was just like, I was just walking up. And one day she came up to the job just to pick up her check in some regular clothes. I ain't even recognize her, dog. I'm like, who is that? They're like, Lord, they said her name. I'm like, oh, I'm like, damn. Could never get her at that point. It never happened.
Yeah. No, I've had a few cases, man. I've had girls who wanted to go work out together. And me, I just didn't kind of like, I didn't even register that was, her trying to hook up. I was like, yeah, I don't really like working out with people. So I like to go solo. So yeah, I fumbled quite a bit in my life, man. So I know how it feels. But that's exactly what this was. This was a fumbling the bad bitch. And CJ looked bad in front of the hoes too. So it's one thing I've noticed too that's kind of funny. The locals getting defensive over CJ now that everybody's taking a pot shot at him. Like suddenly everybody who was shitting on him the day after the game they're going, wait a minute. Now that Shannon Sharp is talking his shit.
Yeah,
we gotta. Well, actually, CJ improved this year from last year. See, the cope is coming out. The cope, it's like we talked about last podcast with the you don't want to see. You don't want to see as black people. We don't want to see other black people get piled on, especially by white people. It's the same with your sports team. Like we could talk bad about CJ, but when it's somebody in national media. Yeah, now we gotta defend him.
Yeah, so. Now I got to shit on Stephen A. Smith because he want to talk crazy. People were out of control. I saw Dan Orlovsky apologized. Because he went too hard. I think he said something like 31. All the other quarterbacks in the league could have won that game, but CJ, and he rolled that back, said that was too harsh. But. Yeah, everybody's teeing off against CJ, man. And look, I'm not going to defend him. I have nothing to say. And honestly, people teeing off because everybody fucking watched that game. What was the number?
Yeah, 38 million. Yes. Yeah,
everybody and their mama watched that game, man. So you're going to get some of everything. I was kind of shocked he had to roll that back. I think he got a call from probably an agent or something like that. Was like, yo, no, you can't be doing that. That's my client. I'm trying to get this contract together. You can't be saying no shit like that. Cause I heard him when he said that, and I didn't think it was harsh. We actually did a segment about that where we actually went through all of the 31 other quarterbacks to see if they would have won that game, and we got like maybe a good 28, 27. Probably could have won that game. But
I think for him personally, I think he mentioned before, like he never wanted to be too hot takey. He didn't want to be the quarterback is the reason they lost this game type of dude. I think he just got sucked into the environment of First Take and kind of went crazy with it. But yeah, I don't know, but I did think it was funny. He apologized over that shit. I didn't think it was super harsh, but all right.
Yeah, he probably got the call from Mulugeta. Was like
maybe,
maybe. A lot of those on-air personalities, they be having the same agents too, the same agencies and all that.
Oh yeah.
So he probably got a call like, nah, man, you got to walk that back.
Speaking of which, man, I'm getting sick of this new media, which is just a bunch of people who are clients of the same agency speaking up for each other. Like, why does this Clutch shit, all this propaganda being put out by these people who are with Clutch, the Rich Paul podcast, like all this shit, like people were acting like sports journalism was so bad, but at least we knew they were equal in their hatred for the most part. Yeah. You know, like nobody was harder on the Cowboys than Skip Bayless. And Skip Bayless owed his whole career to the Cowboys. Like he came up covering them. You would think he would defend them more than anybody. He shit on them like it was no tomorrow. But now we got people in the media who are just don't want to speak too badly about certain athletes, especially like a LeBron, because, you know, they're there with Clutch. They got connections. They know Rich Paul, and they can't step on toes. So, yeah, it's nasty.
How you feel about Rich Paul doing this podcast, man?
Super corny. Like nothing. Exactly what I thought it would be. Actually, it's worse than I thought it would be.
I think it's
worse than I thought it would be. Man.
I thought he was gonna get on there and not say nothing. Which I'm like, okay, he an agent, he playing this game. I feel like he's being a little messy, man. I feel like he's saying way too much. It's kind of the opposite. It seems like saying way too much. I think he was talking about who was it, Dalton Connect or whoever it was.
Dalton Neck or something.
Yeah, he was saying some harsh things about him, which kind of rubbed people the wrong way. And then the whole, I think the
Austin
whole
Reeves too.
Yeah, I think it was Reeves. Yeah, that he's talking about. But yeah, and then the whole Jeanie Buss thing and all that shit. Man, that shit is a mess. I don't understand what made him think, out of all the things he been doing, what made him say, you know what, I want to start a podcast with Max Kellerman and just talk about everything. I just don't understand. He's a smarter guy than this. I don't understand what made him decide to just start a podcast and let me talk about all the stuff that's behind the scenes type deal.
People have conspired that it's some kind of master plan to take down the Lakers. And that's kind of funny because it's on Bill Simmons' podcast network, by the way, The Ringer. He's a hardcore Celtics fan. So they put that on him. They say, brilliant how you put Rich Paul on his podcast to destroy the Lakers with you being a huge Celtics fan. And he's like, I don't know about that, but it is a good podcast. But I think even he was surprised by how loose Rich Paul is talking, man.
Yeah.
And also the Jordan conspiracy theories. Have you heard this shit? He was saying some stuff like the reason Jordan brand blew up like it did was because of crack dealers in the 80s and 90s. The crack epidemic is the reason why Jordan shoes blew up like they did. Because all the drug dealers were wearing Jordans. He got on and cut his mic on and said this shit. It's like, all right, man. So it was nice for us to have a podcast before podcasts were corny. But it's gone.
It's
now,
kind of embarrassing telling the chick, I got a podcast now. Like, podcast. Like, no, it's not that type of podcast.
Yeah. It's embarrassing now. Got to keep it on the low.
Yeah, I sit here talking shit about women.
Yeah.
Black women and all that shit.
Yeah, we ain't getting political, fucking talking about Trump and shit.
Yeah.
What up, David? David on YouTube says she saved The Last Dance to you. Yeah, talking about that girl that I didn't notice was trying to hang out. I have not seen that movie, though. I've not seen Save the Last Dance.
Really?
No. Dog, that movie looked terrible. I never want to see the commercials. Dog, that was the interracial movie, right?
Yes.
There was like I want to say like a 3-year period where a shitload of interracial black man, white woman dancing type movies came out.
Yeah.
Honey was one, I think. I can't remember. And then there was another one.
That one came out after Say the Last. I think Say the Last Dance might have been the starter of all of that.
Yeah.
Did Jessica Alba with Honey. Yeah, I forgot about that one.
Yeah.
It's always the dorky looking white girl.
Yes.
With all the black dudes that love hip hop and just love hip hop dancing. That's trying to fight her way to be cool and come to the cookout and all that shit.
Yes. And Julia Stiles was in like a couple movies like that, I want to say. That was like her thing for a minute. Because I remember one press run she did, and she was like, yes, another movie where I'm dating a black guy. Like, damn, they really pigeonholed her, man. But Bravo on YouTube said, what power does Mulugeta have over ESPN people? I don't know. He got some kind of chokehold over Josina and certain people. But I think it's mainly the access. I think it's the access. They also give information to certain people, their friends. They will leak out stuff. So yeah, they're when you have that kind of power and you have people you don't want to anger, because if you do, they'll cut you out of everything. Then you're very careful not to step on certain toes.
Yeah, he's kind of like the I don't want to say poor man's version of Rich Paul, but he's kind of like the NFL version of Rich Paul. Well, I don't even know what because I don't think he have like a LeBron type of person on his squad. He had some really good players, but I don't think he had that LeBron superstar, move the needle type player. But he do have a lot of players. He probably got over $1 billion worth of contracts. I know that for certain. And yeah, I think people, like you said, people just want that access. They want to feel cool and all that stuff. And I think and he mentioned ESPN, a lot of those people, the Ryan Clarks of the world, and the Pivot podcast, that type of stuff, they get access to his players for kind of being cool with them, just playing their part. So that's why you will never see Ryan Clark totally destroy CJ Stroud like that. I'm sure he's gonna say he wasn't playing good, but you won't see him go full blown Stephen A. Smith or whatever it is, just shitting on any of his clients, because they kind of got that partnership, with the Pivot podcast and all that.
Yeah. Plus, Ryan Clark, I'm just sick of him, man. All the times he done apologize for some shit he said, I don't see how anybody can take him seriously.
Yeah.
Matt said, David also said, most importantly, Frejo Starr wasn't Save the Last Dance too. Frejo Starr was in a lot of shit back in the day, man. And it's funny because I was watching, he was in Moesha. He was in Sunset Park. There was a period where I only knew Frejo as an actor because I wasn't up on Onyx. Then I heard Onyx record. I'm like, how did this guy become?
That's Moesha's boyfriend.
Yeah, the dude was so soft on the show. Like, he wasn't soft, but it was just like, it was a sitcom, man. So it was very lighthearted. He was the typical Onyx record.
He was kind of like a fake tough guy in Moesha.
Yeah.
Like, he was the tough guy for Moesha, but it's just like, man, that shit look corny as hell.
Yeah, it was TVG toughness, Yeah. So he wasn't busting guns or nothing. But then you listen to the typical Onyx record and you're like, wait a minute, it's the same person? So it is funny how they tried to make him into like a heartthrob at some point. But yeah, that's just crazy. Matt said, I don't have that kind of podcast. It's like the new I'm not that kind of guy. Yeah, it's kind of like if you were friends with Diddy, you got to explain that shit now.
Yeah.
Like I wasn't that kind of. I was at Diddy parties, but I wasn't at that kind of Diddy party,
Yeah,
I just had drinks.
I'm cool with them, but that's it. I ain't like.
Yeah. I
I
didn't have no baby oil, man. I don't know about all that.
Yeah, we were just cordial. That was it.
Yeah. And people who hang out with Epstein, it got to fucking make everybody who was in a picture with Jeffrey Epstein got to make an excuse too. I saw Chris Tucker had to address it. He don't address nothing. He had to come out and address that shit. Like, damn, man.
Yeah, it's funny too because I feel like all the rappers had to go out their way to kind of explain these Diddy pictures. Even Cameron. Remember he did that interview on Fox or CNN or whatever.
Yeah, and
he was just like, "Oh, I we was cool, but I ain't know him like that, or we ain't hang around like that." Like, motherfucker, all of y'all was cool. Y'all all from Harlem. All of y'all was cool, man. Now everybody trying to say, oh, no, we wasn't that cool. And then even Jay-Z talk about that. You see the PR shit that came out, talk about they haven't been on the same terms in years. Like, when was that a thing? How come we never heard of that before? Everybody just trying to listen to themselves.
It is funny how, like, look, somebody was at the Diddy parties. All right. Somebody was at those Diddy parties. It could not have just been Diddy and Cassie. All right. And various prostitutes. All right. Somebody was at them freak offs. So I'd rather you just say nothing than everybody trying to say, hey, I don't know about that. Like, nah, there's no way. Some of y'all done known Diddy for 20 years. None of y'all knew he had freak offs. Come on, man. Y'all been friends with this man for 30 plus years in some cases. None of y'all knew he had freak offs.
Or nobody ever considered or was invited or anything like that. It was just totally underworld.
Yeah, somehow no all out of all his friends, none of them were at the freak offs. None of them. You know, it was just some underground shit. Only people we don't know somehow were in. So okay. David said there should have been a flood of anti-Diddy verses dropping on random singles. He's been getting some shots. I know Gucci put out a single a while back. No Diddy. But yeah, it's clone Gucci, man. I don't acknowledge him anymore. But Jay, I'm surprised Jay ain't made a new song or anything addressing anything that he's been facing lately. You know,
Yeah.
but maybe he'll have something cooking up soon. Who knows?
They've been talking about rumors that Jay-Z could be working on the album or something.
They've been saying that for like 5 years now, man. I'll believe it when it drops.
Yeah, you know the Jay conspiracy theorists where I think he took a picture with, was it a picture? I don't even know if it's a real picture, but it was the picture with Fat Joe. And they're like, Jay-Z look like he in album mode. And talk about the big chain he had on, the tin, like it looked like he in album mode. I was just like, all right, man.
I believe it when I hear it, man. Until then, I'm not gonna take anything seriously. We'll see. But speaking of new releases, man, we'll get into this now too, because I do want to know if you did take a listen to that new A$AP Rocky album. I know he's apparently going to drop some kind of deluxe or a quote unquote diss too. I did see him doing the thing where he said, "Oh, the disc 1 was for me. Disc 2 is going to be for the fans." I'm like, okay, that's code for this shit didn't do what I thought it would do. So let me go ahead and do some audience pleasing bullshit because that's the excuse for every album that flops. Oh, it was a personal album. You know, it was experimental. It was for me. Like, okay, whatever. But anyway, I do want to know what you think about it, Figgy. So what do you think about the new A$AP Rocky album, Don't Be Dumb?
So when I first heard it, I listened to it after the podcast and all that. And to me, because you told me it was good, that you was rocking with it. When I off of first listen, I wasn't feeling it, man. I was just like, it's a couple songs, but I wasn't feeling it. And then later on, I want to say it was earlier this week, I ended up going back to it. I played a little bit today too. And it really grew on me a lot, man. I think this is a solid, it felt like it was an experimental project to me. I felt like he was kind of all over the place. I felt like he had a certain sound too. He's not the type that, or at least from this album, he wasn't the type that just try to chase whatever is popular right now. And I felt like he was kind of all over the place. He had that punk rock song. And then I did like the song. I didn't know how to feel about this song at first, the one with Doechii. With them
yeah, that jazzy ass song.
Yeah, and honestly, I mean, I probably won't bump that in the car, but I respect that song a lot. That I feel like that was really creative, man. That was a really creative song that I think nobody probably wouldn't have did anything like that, or at least nobody like A$AP Rocky up to that stage. I see some lower tiered, probably backpack underground hip hop people probably doing something like that, but I thought that was really creative. I thought it was even more creative putting Doechii on there because he could have just been on there on his own, but to put somebody like that on there, I thought that was dope, man. But I did like the song with Boss Man D-Lo and Sauce Walker. I'm really liking Sauce Walker more and more as a pure rapper.
Yeah,
because I know people didn't look at him as a pure rapper before, and I know he released some projects with just real hip hop type beats. And to me, I got more respect for him as a pure rapper, and he was rapping his ass off on this song. So I did like that song. But yeah, I thought this project really grew on me, man. I like this project a lot. So I think it's definitely a qualified album for me.
I haven't used that in a while, man.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
I got qualified.
Yeah, I liked it too, man. I thought it was like I said, I didn't think it was worth 8 or however long it's been since his last album, but it was a good album. I enjoyed it. I'm glad he put it out. I'm glad he stopped being scared. and just dropped it. So yeah, it was fun. And if you more music is more music, so I'll take it.
I'm kind of shocked he doing this too, because I thought his numbers for the album was gonna be pretty good.
There was some controversy over it because they had to remove, I want to say like 100K sales because he did some shit where he basically sent people free vinyls because that counted as a whole album sale. And there was some fugazi shit he was doing that he got hit for. And I'm not saying he did it, as his fucking label and whoever.
Yeah.
But there was some shit he got hit for that, made his numbers take a hit. And again, this is why numbers don't matter to me anymore.
Yeah.
They're fake, 100% fake. So sales numbers mean nothing anymore to me. If all the streaming shit, all the fugazi shit, all the little tricks people do to get the number one record, it is fake. It's all fake.
Yeah. Another thing about the album, I do like the album cover too, man.
Yeah.
I feel like the album cover is
Tim Burton did that album cover.
Yeah. No, I think that's a fly album cover, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, it kind of make you appreciate that type of stuff because like I'm just used to the whole Drake doing some bullshit. And for him to get somebody like Tim Burton to do an album cover, I'm like, damn, I think that's kind of fly. To me, that kind of show you put an effort into the album cover at least. You ain't just, putting some bullshit on some Kanye type shit, just putting nothing right there and just calling it art. So I appreciate that from him too. I think that's fly.
At one point, Kanye did have some very artistic album covers. I thought the Graduation cover was made by a pretty famous Japanese artist. I like the even though I'm not the biggest fan of Yeezus, I thought that album cover was hard. Like I think he's actually kind of a pioneer in that case of rappers having very artistic album covers. But yeah, once Donda with the all black shit, I'm like, okay, it's over now. And the Ye album was just, I think, a picture of the mountains and he fell off after a certain point.
That's mainly what I'm talking about. Like I didn't really care for the Yeezus album cover, but I feel like at that point, that's when it started. You could tell he was just putting some bullshit out there. So I'm like, all right, you clearly don't give a damn.
Yeah, at this point, he's definitely like that. I don't even know what the cover of Vultures is. It was some weird photograph or something. I don't know. But yeah, so looking forward to what else drops this year. Iceman might or might not be coming soon. He did appeal that court decision. I did see Drake appealed the decision over the Not Like Us disc and Universal Music label, all that stuff. He's trying to reheat that. So, I mean, everybody's I don't know why he's bothering, but I don't care. I really don't care. I have nothing else to say. It's corny.
Yeah.
But if he loses again, it'll be very funny. So Drake haters will have something else to laugh at.
Yeah, I wonder when you gonna put this Iceman album out, man.
I don't know, man. I don't know. I have no idea. It's been very quiet on his front. I haven't heard any new music. So I have no idea what's going on. We'll see. In other news this week, Sinners is apparently the greatest movie of all time, Figgy. Did you realize that?
Hey, people were saying that from the beginning.
Well, apparently Academy agrees because it was nominated a record 16 times from the Academy Awards for the upcoming Oscars. I think it's in March or May or some shit. 16 nominations at the Oscars. So, yeah, man, this has quickly become. Look, I don't want to hate on black art.
Hey, man, Bravo just said Sinners 10 out of 10. Too.
Sinners 10 out of 10.
Hey, you have to hate on it.
Look, man.
He's cussing you out right now.
10 out of 10. This is going to be one of those things where it's like you feel good about it in the moment, then you look back and think it was super corny. there's been a few movies like that won like Best Picture, and it was a feel good moment. Then you look back and like, that movie was kind of ass. Slumdog Millionaire was one of them. The Hurt Locker was one of them. Crash was one of the worst ones that everybody thought was a good movie about racism, and that movie was terrible.
You know that movie is a movie, a corny movie when they make you watch it in school.
Yes.
We had to watch that fucking movie so many times. Like, oh God, man.
Yeah, man. They thought it made a very important message about racism, and it was just super corny and terrible. Rockett is a level 4 natural hater. I already know what he was on. I would like to think I'm higher on the hater rating than that. But David said Rockett is broadcasting from an undisclosed location for his own safety. Yeah, man, I'm in a bunker. Gonna get these hot takes off. Look, man, I'm not saying it was a bad movie. Okay, I'm not saying it was a bad. I didn't personally enjoy it that much, and I think partially it's because people talked about it like it was the greatest movie ever, and I wanted to go see it, and I thought it was all right. I think it's a very all right movie, and there's nothing wrong with liking all right movies, but 16 Oscar nominations, and I would assume it's going to sweep. But I haven't seen a lot of movies this year. I'm actually backed up. I got to see, because from what I hear, last year was a very good year for movies, but I just haven't seen a lot of the best ones. So I got to back up and watch a few. But Sinners, man, it was all right.
I still need to see. I tried to watch it. I couldn't get into it. I think I was watching it at the wrong time. It'd probably be a good moment to watch it after this podcast. Just nighttime, lights out, just focus on it like it's a movie theater. Because I tried to watch it. It was daytime, wife talking and all this other shit. So I couldn't really get into it. I was getting kind of confused because of the double. I ain't know anything about it. So I know what's his name? Michael B. Jordan was playing the double person pretty much. And so that was kind of throwing me off a little bit. And I'm not a big fan of the musical type stuff.
Yeah, that's what really got me.
Yeah, so that part was gonna get to me. But I'm gonna try to thug it out, just try to watch it, man. I've been kind of putting it off.
I mean, it wouldn't hurt just to see it, just to say you saw it and give your honest opinion on it. Bravo asked, did anything fall apart for you? You mean like in the movie or personally? But look, in the movie, I liked the first hour and maybe half an hour of it. But it got to a point. I think there is a point in the movie where there is a dance in the barn or where the fuck they're having that little shindig, and the going across eras of all the different forms of, and they had niggas break dancing and shit. And I'm like, all right, man. I think this is a little too literal for my taste. All right, we get it. It didn't have to be up. That is where the most eye-rolling scene for me, and it kind of really took me out the movie. The musical sections really took me out the movie. The Michael B. Jordan playing two characters took me out the movie. Like, there's certain thing it was corny. But Matt says Sinners was a movie that was about vampires, and Michael B. Jordan had a twin, right? Not a big movie watcher, but I think I remember it. Never saw it. Look, man, you have to like it or you're racist. All right. So just say, if anybody asks you about your opinion on the Sinners, just say you thought it was good. Even if you've never seen it, just say you thought it was good. All right. It'll make your life easier if you just say you thought it was good. All right. Yeah. Because if you don't like it, you hate black art. So just go ahead and just say it was a good movie. And I would have voted for Obama again if I could have. With the threat showing up. Yeah, look, I don't want to spoil it. Well, Figgy probably already got to that point, maybe. But there are things in the movie I liked. Like I said, I didn't hate the movie. There are things I liked about it. There are things that really got me interested in it. But overall, the level of hype did not match what the movie was to me. And maybe I don't know if movies are just bad now or tastes have changed, but there used to be a lot of just all right movies. And you see a movie and you're like, that was all right.
Yeah.
You don't think it's going to win Best Picture at the Oscars, but you see a movie and you feel like, okay, that was all right. That was a good use of my matinee price of $8.50 or whatever the fuck it cost back then to go see a movie. And that was it. There was a lot of all right movies when I was growing up. Like you see a movie, you just think it's all right. Sinners was an all right movie that they're acting like it was fucking I'm gonna say Titanic, Citizen Kane type shit, some Godfather Part 1 type shit. They think it's like it's cinema, is an instant cinema classic. And it was all right, man. It's okay to be an all right movie. It's okay to like an all right movie. I just did not think record amount of nominations at the Oscars. Okay. We'll see.
I kind of miss the days of just watching an all right movie or just going, you just go to the movie theater and you be like, man, I never heard of this one. Let me check this movie out. You watching and it's all right. You're like, okay, it wasn't bad. It was a cool movie. I probably wouldn't tell nobody to go see this, but it was all right. Like I have an issue with it. It's a cute little movie. Like I ain't got no issue with it. I feel like we don't even take those type of chances anymore, man.
Yeah. And I do think maybe there's some get back because there's been a lot of get back from the years where black actors and black or like any non-white movie was not taken seriously at the Oscars. Spike Lee definitely should have won more awards than he did at the Academy Awards. Denzel should not have had to wait till Training Day to win Best Actor. He had many better performances than that movie before that and did not get it. So I think there's a little bit of reparations maybe for black movies here where let's go ahead and try to make things right. And maybe that's part of it. I don't know. But yeah, it's just I thought it was all right, man. I did not think. And look, if it wins every award at the Oscars, it's kind of like Kendrick suddenly sweeping at the Grammys. All right.
Pimp a Butterfly?
Nah, it was for his it for the last one that won like 7 Grammys. It's like not like us won every award. And again, this was a record that was probably made within 5 minutes. All right, it was a diss song. And it won Not Like Us won so many awards that night. And it's like, of all Kendrick songs and projects, this one is the one that sweeps everything. The diss song.
Yeah.
He actually made some songs. He put a lot of thought in, a lot of writing. I'm sure it took him days, months to make. And this shit he slapped together swept the Grammys. So it's like, all right, man.
Yeah, I know what time it is.
Fig with the dog makes me wonder how is Bob, how he's going to deal with the cold coming in. How's your dog, man?
Oh, the dog is cool, man. But Matt talking about Bob, so you probably missed this, but I don't know if I told you, but it's been this big ass I think it's a St. Pyrenees dog, that a stray dog that just hanging around this neighborhood. And the motherfucker been laying in my driveway and everything, man. So I tried to call the city to try to pick it up. He was gone. I don't think they ever came out here. But the dog just been hanging around so long, I just started calling him Bob. I'm like, oh, there go Bob right there. It's a big ass white dog, man. So I'm just like, man, fuck it. If he gonna be around in the neighborhood, might as well give him a fucking name. But yeah, Bob, I ain't seen Bob today. Probably see him tomorrow.
Yeah, take care of Bob, man. Make sure Bob is safe. Bravo. Here you go, man. Old black people didn't like Sinners either. Maybe you just old. Okay. Now I gotta start pushing back, man, because if there was any movie marketed towards old people, it was this one. It was a movie set in 1932. and it was a movie about the blues. All right, you want to tell me this movie was made for 20-year-olds? Like, the shit they were wearing, the atmosphere. This was the most catered to old niggas movie ever. It just was ridiculous with the vampires, man. All right, these motherfuckers were tap dancing and drinking moonshine, and you want to tell me that this movie catered to Zoomers? So nah, I roll with that excuse, man. I roll with that one. But look, and again, I'm not saying I didn't hate the movie. I didn't dislike it. I just thought it was all right. I didn't think it matched the energy I saw online for it. There's some movies that did. I think Get Out actually earned everything people said about it. I thought that movie was brilliant, and I think it deserved everything people said. People gassed it up like it was the best shit ever, and I watched it, and I'm like, you know what? They were right with this one. This one was actually brilliant.
Yeah.
But
I remember my sister told me to go see that because I wasn't really trying to see it. And she called me like, you got to go to the movies and see that movie. For real. No, go to the movies and see that movie. And then call me back. And so I'm like, all right. Decided to go. And I called her back. I'm like, man, we was sitting there talking about the movie to the point I started looking online on YouTube, people thoughts on the movie just to kind of see. I never did that with a movie before. And at that point, I'm like, yeah, that movie, that's a good movie. Like, I would go see that movie again. And honestly, whenever I see that movie on, I would stop and watch it. I'll check it out.
Great movie, man. Great movie. There are movies that actually match the hype, but Peele did his thing. I don't say Pele. Peele did his big one with Get Out. Yeah, that was his masterpiece, man. I actually feel kind of bad that he's been so pigeonholed into making another Get Out every time he makes a new movie. And it would be nice for him to be able to make maybe a comedy or maybe an action movie or maybe something other than just a horror movie about racism and some shit. So, yeah, that's one thing that's kind of fucked up about that movie being so big, but it was a masterpiece, man. I thought that was really well done. So, Matt has a question for you, Figgy. He says, Fig, what is your dog's name? Haven't been able to listen to In the Loop a lot. Manufacturing makes it hard to hear the radio. He/she looks comfortable.
Yeah, so this is my dog Jackson. I call him Jackson. And I don't know if you can see, I'm growing him a mullet.
Yeah.
He got the little mullet going. So yeah, this is Jackson. Doing pretty good, man. Yeah, he a pretty chill dog.
Yeah, that's a cute one. Why you say the LOL part? Look, man. Grown men don't say LOL. All right. We say lol. Other news going on. Did you see Cameron diss Dame? Now, this is not on our rundown, but I did see it. I wanted to get your thoughts on that. Cameron put out a diss track on Dame Dash. Did you hear it?
Yeah, I did hear it.
What are your thoughts on it?
I really like I'm still a fan of Cameron rapping. Of course, he's not the same rapper he was before. I'm sure he got the health problems and his voice don't sound the same and all that stuff, older. But I still enjoy Cameron, rapping. But I don't understand giving Dame more energy at this point. Because Dame is the last person I'm trying to give energy to. And he's a little bit irritating. So I wouldn't say anything about Dame Dash going forward unless he just get out of control where I got to defend myself. But I thought it was actually pretty cool. I thought it was a cool type of song.
Yeah, I thought the beat was nice. He was rapping good on it. But yeah, this whole Harlem beef with these 50-year-old niggas who were so close back in the day is kind of old and corny to me now. Like the time for this beef was back in 2002. All right. Y'all all too old for this. And it just really just vindicates Jay-Z for everything they hated him for back in the day.
It make you kind of understand why Jay-Z separated himself from
100%, and they killed him for that.
They made him look like the bad guy.
Yes, Cameron killed him for that. And like, look, this is a dude who actually grew up and matured and realized you can't be around these people and when you're 30 plus.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So I don't know what these guys are doing with this constant beef, but hopefully they just drop it or get over it soon. But yeah, interesting diss track. I never thought I would hear that, by the way. Cameron diss track to Dame Dash. You would think they were blood related. If you grew up on their music, Cameron's music back then, you would think he was blood related to Dame Dash.
They went to war for Dame Dash, man.
Yes. They were his soldiers.
Yeah. Yeah, it's crazy kind of seeing Dame Dash going out this bad too. Like this is bad.
Yeah. Yeah. So hopefully they could resolve it, but I know they won't. They're Harlem niggas.
Did you see this? Speaking of Cameron, did you see Cameron how he had his ex-girlfriend on the show?
Yeah. I saw a clip and I'm like, is this what it's come to?
Man, we was talking so good about this show at the time too, man.
We are really at the bottom of the content barrel, I feel, with podcasts and with everything. I've gotten to the point where I respect OnlyFans hoes more than I do the typical podcaster, present company excluded, because of course we are the upper echelon of integrity. But everybody else, I put them on the same level as a Bella Danger. All right, who was famously shown at the Miami national championship game in Indiana, and she was crying her eyes out. But
somebody said ESPN know what they doing with they cooking.
I actually no lie. I actually felt bad for her because she apologized and she was like, "I really didn't want to be on camera. I just wanted to be a fan for my team." And it kind of sucks for the porn stars that were porn stars before social media started blowing up. Because back then there was no Instagram, there was no TikTok. If you just look good, you couldn't get famous off your looks unless you did porn, basically. Or you got on the right casting couch and Harvey Weinstein found you and you got a movie part or some shit. But other than that, like, you had to go to porn. And now it's way easier to not do all that and be famous. So yeah, it's unfortunate. They just came up at a bad time. But
yeah.
Anyway, other news. T.I. cut his hair and it announced that he has a new album coming out and it will be his last album. Again, we're doing the retirement.
Yeah. I was about to say, are you celebrating this?
Yes, 100%. But then again, look, the problem is, unlike J. Cole, I think J. Cole will like fade away and be in the background doing shit. T.I. ain't going nowhere. You know, even if he stops making albums, he's still going to be doing comedy shit. He's still going to be somewhere on a podcast. So I will never be rid of him until he dies. So it means nothing to me as a T.I. hater, admittedly. So I don't care. But look, that being said, I did hear a snippet that sounded pretty good. And if he's back on his, you don't know me type shit, I'll give it a listen.
Okay.
But it's the retirement gimmick is getting played out. I think that method is getting tiresome.
Do you feel like he's out here? I don't want to say struggling for money, but do you feel like he's out here trying to find something? Because it seems like he's always out trying to get some money somehow and just switch it over to something else. Because remember, at one point, he tried to do the podcast and he openly admitted that the money wasn't coming in with podcasts. And so he ditched that. And then remember, at one point, he was doing comedy. Remember, he was doing comedy before this one. And I think he got booed off stage or something like that. He talked about that. It seemed like he's trying to do a lot of shit to make some quick money. Like he's trying to make a career change. to, you know, make some money or try to pop again, and then now you cutting the hair trying to get back into album mode, and you know, saying it's gonna be your last album. I don't know if he's just going through an identity crisis or what, but it seemed like he's trying to get back on track. I don't know if he's trying to get back to the old T.I. where everything was just coming in or what. But what do you think?
100%, and it goes beyond that. Before, it looked like he was trying to get out of rap and going to acting full time.
Yeah,
you remember he was in the MCU. People forget T.I. was in the MCU.
He was Ant-Man.
He was in Ant-Man 1 and 2.
Yeah,
and it would have been in 3, but then he got that case with Pinky, or not his. What was his wife name? Not Pinky was a porn star, wasn't she? I forget her name.
Was it Toy?
I forget his name.
I know she's part of the R&B group.
It was Tiny. That's right, Tiny. Yeah, I said Pinky. Tiny, but he caught that case with her, and then that he wasn't in Ant-Man 3. But so he went from acting to podcasting to comedy. Now he's going back into music. So he's definitely just fishing around. And look, I respect the hustle. You know, I respect the hustle of trying to change it up. You don't want to, you know, you're getting too old to be a rapper the way you used to be. And you got kicked out of Hollywood maybe, so you got to switch shit up. But yeah, it's just things I don't think he's very good at. I don't think he's a good comedian. I don't think he's naturally funny like that in general. Plus, nobody wants to hear of somebody who's been rich for 30 years get on stage and try to act like you can relate to us and our regular people problems as a comedian. So, yeah, all right, yeah, but he's just doing what he's trying to get in where he can fit in.
Yeah, I realize I never really saw that either. Like a rich comedian, like somebody that already rich become a comedian. Because the things we love about our favorite comedians is, I guess, starting off just, you know, even them walking on stage looking broke.
Yeah,
because they don't be, a lot of comedians don't be going out there looking like $1 million or anything. Like they be some of the worst dressers ever on that stage. And some of them just be looking like they just threw that on. Like they just threw some jogging pants on and all that shit. And I don't know. I'm curious how he gonna pull this. I'm gonna have to watch some shit to see what he talk about. Because I never would have guessed T.I. that made trap music would be on stage trying to be a comedian, man. I never would have guessed that.
Yeah, no, I feel the same way, man. I feel the same way. But do what he can, I guess. Diversify the portfolio. But I just don't want to see him anymore. But that's just me hating. Matt says, guys, I got to jump. Stay warm. Stay safe this weekend. Hope to catch you next stream. Peace. Take care of yourself, man. Stay warm.
Yes.
And see you next time, bro. Dub says you got to have at least have anxiety to be a comedian. Yeah, you got to be. There has to be a level of poking fun at yourself. And maybe T.I. does that. To be fair, I haven't watched his fucking special. I'm not going to. But to be fair, there might be some humility in there. There might be some actually, you know, some real moments. But it's hard to relate to somebody who's been rich and famous since 2005. So, yeah. But maybe it's good. I don't know. Somebody got to bite the bullet and watch it. Bravo, you watch it since you're since I'm such a hater. Apparently, you might like it. And Bravo says, speaking of comedians, you was for sure on level 4 hater mode. Talking about Chappelle, that shit was funny, man. Look, here's where I gotta explain myself. All right, I've been a Chappelle fan before people knew who Chappelle was, man. All right, I was watching Chappelle's show the day it started, before niggas even knew what the show was. I was at ground zero. I was watching Dave Chappelle and Undercover Brother. I was watching him in that weed movie he did, Half Baked. Doc, I've been following Dave Chappelle for a long time. I'm not a Dave Chappelle hater. I don't like his recent shit because it's not funny. All right. I'm not a Dave Chappelle hater. I think when he's at his best, he's one of the best to ever do it. But his recent specials just aren't funny to me, man. It's a lot of just speeches about whatever. It's not a lot of jokes. And yes, he does have funny moments still. He does have an interesting perspective, but in general, I watch comedy specials to laugh out loud. And when I watch his shit, it's just watching an old nigga ramble. So I'm not, it doesn't do it for me anymore, man. It doesn't do it for me. But I'm not a Dave Chappelle hater, man. I do respect his the work he's done until recently. But personally, it's just I don't need to see any more of it. He says, I do be like, what the fuck when he goes on monologues, but at least they interesting. Yeah, he does have a unique way to present his viewpoint, but I think he's just mailing these specials in, man. I think they pay him a bag for it. And I think the work he used to put in, if you watch his early stuff and watch his most recent stuff, it's like night and day, man. It's like he's not even trying anymore in general.
Yeah. I feel like Dave Chappelle would be a good nighttime host, like on them nighttime talk shows where he get up there do a monologue and just kind of, President Trump said he's going to take it, and then just kind of tie into how he usually do, and be like, and everybody was mad when we came in and did this, and just kind of tied in like he's good with the double standards. So showing how people do double standards. So I can see him doing the nighttime show and just going through the daily news and just tying it into, ain't that funny? Because we were complaining about this and now it's all cool. I can see him doing something like that.
Yeah, he should have his own night show or something, man. But then again, I don't think he wants to put in the work to have another show where you have to show up every week and do something. He just wants to get on stage and freestyle.
Yeah, he kind of showed that once he left the Chappelle show, he was on his own type of time. Mm-hmm. He wasn't really down with the I guess the corporate dialogue or the corporate type of shit where, go to this network and do these TV shows. Go to this network, do this or do that. Seemed like he was never really that type. So he just kind of marched on the beat of his own drum.
Yeah. I think he just likes to talk in front of people. That's the truth. He likes to talk in front of people. And I think anything more than that, he's good on. But he gets paid a lot for it. So, do what you got to do. Bravo says he should do like that. John Mulaney has something like that on Netflix. It would be dope if you could have something like that. Yeah, it would be nice to see him have another structured show. Even if he was just like giving ideas for skits, because I know he's not going to do another skit show where he's in every skit again. But it would be nice if he had like Dave Chappelle Presents, and it would be kind of like that block party thing he did. Maybe bring in some artists too that he fucks with and some good hip hop acts and mix it in with some sketch comedy from other people doing it. But he just conceptualizes it or writes it. That'll be fun. But he's not going to do that. Too much work. And to be fair, I'd be the same way if I had it like Dave Chappelle. If I got paid like $20 million just to stand on stage for like an hour and just say how I feel about things going on today. We do it for 3 hours a week for free. So if somebody paid me, if somebody gave me a super bag, I would definitely be in on it. So I can't hate too much.
Yeah.
Other things going on. There was a new Verzuz. Yes, Verzuz is not dead. It will not die, no matter how much we try to bury it. Verzuz is like a Resident Evil zombie. You shoot it, you think it's dead, you walk away, you come back, and it's back up. Yep. So Verzuz, no matter how many times we think it's dead, it's back. And it has the next one is going to be on January 30th, I believe. It will be Mike Will Made It versus Hit-Boy. So, Figgy, are you going to be locked in on your phone on the Triller app to watch the new verses between Mike Will Made It and Hit-Boy?
Nah, I don't think so. I think this would have been dope if this was back on the Instagram days where they just kind of going back and forth like that. But are they going they gonna be on stage together? Like, are they like all the people? And they got some big songs with people. I know they got all type of shit with Drake and all that. You know Drake ain't gonna come out and perform. So I think the cool part is the potential guests that they might have. But to me, I think the worst part is when they play a song like a Jay-Z song or something like that. And this is like, all right, we just gonna sit here and nod our head to Jay-Z.
Mm-hmm.
And then cut the song off. Like, all right, what you got? And then the other person gonna go to Drake. We gonna nod our head to Drake. And that's it. That to me, that's the part where it get like, all right, what are we doing here? And that's very common when it comes to producers. It'd be one thing if it was two artists that got you know a whole bunch of hits and they out there performing it, but ain't nobody about to perform no Jay-Z song or Jay-Z verse or whatever, or Drake verse. So I think that'd be a little interesting just seeing two producers go back and forth like that. But I'll probably check and see what the streets are saying and then maybe tap in for a little bit. But this ain't must watch. I would rather have like a old school type of producer back and forth where you could kind of go back in nostalgia and reminisce a little bit. I know they had DJ Premier already, but if it was like a old school producer from the 90s or something like that, and they kind of go back and forth, I would like to see that. But just the producer thing, I'm kind of cool on it.
Yeah. So who do you think will actually show up? I think Mike Will Made It has a better chance of having a bunch of guests because they probably don't have anything better to do.
Ray Shermer is definitely going to show up.
Yes, Ray Shremmerd, Juicy J will likely be there. Who else for Mike Will? 2 Chainz probably. I would think would be there. For Hit-Boy, I mean, he's done a song for people too big to show up. Like Kanye and Jay definitely ain't gonna show up.
Yeah, Nas ain't gonna show up.
Nas might. I don't know about Nas. I don't know. Maybe he will. Maybe he won't. Who else for Hit-Boy, man?
Yeah, I'm trying to see.
Lil Wayne ain't gonna. Yeah, I don't know about Hit-Boy, man. I think his. I'm sure some people will show up, but.
Yeah, I think he produced Kendrick Lamar at one point.
Yeah, that's not. Come on, man.
Beyonce.
Hey, Jay Electronica might show up. Maybe him. Snoop. Okay, he did some songs with Snoop Dogg. Apparently, Snoop will definitely show up. He shows up to everything.
Yeah. What about Lil Wayne or Eminem?
No. Big Sean, yeah, probably not.
ASAP Rocky?
No. No, not to a verses that don't involve him specifically. So, nah, he won't show up.
Yeah, DJ Khaled?
I can see that. I mean, what else is he doing?
Yeah.
So,
I can see that too.
But I think Mike will definitely, if people do show up, Mike Will has the better chance of having a lot of people show up for his biggest hits than Hit-Boy does. So
yeah, no, I can see that too.
So
what about do you think it's a possibility that he get Miley Cyrus out there?
No, not at all. No. She's kind of disavowed that whole era of her music career too. She tried to do, she tried to shit on rap, but then she apologized for it. But she's not going back to it. I think that was one of her little poppy eras where she wanted to act like she was down with the culture, and then she moved past it. So
that shit worked too, man. People were playing that shit.
Yeah, man. That's I I don't know about that whole Miley Cyrus era, that twerking shit with no ass, that shit she wore to the VMAs or whatever show that was, that little skin suit. Again, terrible era.
White people were so mad.
Yes.
They were so disgusted by it.
Yeah, she was there with Robin Thicke, and they show Rihanna in the crowd just looking disgusted. Like one of the best gifts she ever had was her reaction to Miley Cyrus performing.
Yeah.
So
I think Mike Will might have a better chance. He got songs with Future, Meek Mill, Rick Ross, Jeezy.
Yeah, they're well-known songs too. So
yeah. Yep. Sierra. Yeah, he got some shit that I can see people coming down for. It'd be cool. He actually produced something for Pusha T. That'd be cool to have Pusha T come out there.
Yeah, I'd be surprised he showed up on Versus though.
Yeah.
But hey,
Chief
Hit-Boy.
I know he produced this on that Bang Bang.
Oh shit.
I know he produced that song.
Yeah, maybe well, I'm not gonna watch it, but hopefully people who do watch it have a good time. I'll say that much. All right. How about that?
I wonder how much it's gonna be talked about, because I think, what was the last verse? Oh, the last verses was No
Cash
Limit.
Money and No Limit. Yeah.
That was pretty talked about. That was talked about a lot by people that's especially of that era.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if people of that era, that old school era, it's weird calling that old school era now, but that No Limit era, I don't think people are gonna be tapped into this.
No, the number is going to be pretty low, especially compared to that No Limit and Cash Money one. But hey, there could be worse versus matchups. So hopefully they both have a good time and get paid a decent amount for it. All right. Yeah, that's my hater level 1. Unless it's like DEF CON where it goes. Wait, how does DEF CON work? I think DEF CON 1 is like the worst DEF CON, but everybody, when they talk about, oh, you just went DEF CON 16, well, it goes up the worse it is. So if something was like at DEF CON 50, that would mean it's like you stubbing your toe. But DEF CON 1 is like, so I want to know how the hater level works. Does hater level 1 mean you're the biggest hater? Or is that just, it goes, you're more of a hater the higher your hater level is?
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah. I got to have the hater level explained to me.
Kind of like first degree murder, second degree murder.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like 15th degree murder is light. The first is you going to jail for life. So
yeah, or even like a first degree burn, second degree burn. When somebody said, man, he got a 4th degree burn or stage 4 cancer.
Yeah.
Like the higher the number, the worse.
Cooked. Yeah.
I don't know why.
I don't know what the fuck we went down this route. What the fuck? We really talk about anything on this podcast, man. Just all right. We gotta talk about the LeBron drama, the LeBron Jeanie Buss in the Lakers. A piece was put out detailing I guess how Jeanie Buss felt. You know, her and her family sold the Lakers famously. And there was a piece put out. I didn't read it. I just saw some clips and quotations detailing about the Jeanie Buss and family drama involved with the Lakers ownership. And I think the spiciest parts had to do with LeBron, of course. There were reports that she had some, problems with LeBron. She did not like how LeBron felt he was a savior of the franchise. She didn't think he was grateful enough that they drafted Bronny. She said they wanted to trade him before they re-upped his contract, but thought it would be a bad look, so they didn't. And in general, it just seems like they have beef with LeBron, and LeBron has beef with them, which we honestly kind of figured out at this point anyway. But it's just kind of like a soft confirmation. Sidebar, it is funny how LeBron has been with 3 teams, and he has beef with all of them. Like, do you think anybody who team hops that much would be cool with one organization?
Yeah.
But He left on bad terms with the Cleveland Cavaliers famously, and that was fair enough because, look, they were run pretty badly at that point. But then he went to the Heat and Pat Riley. He had beef with them. And now he's in the Lakerville. He's with the Lakers, and he has beef with them. So at some point, you got to hold yourself accountable for it might be you, but maybe it's just three bad organizations. I don't know. What do you think, Figgy?
Honestly, I think they not really used to the way the LeBron business, because I think the Cavaliers, of course, they remember the owner sent that nasty letter once LeBron left the first time. I think the second time they understood what LeBron brings, and that's one of the reasons on this very podcast I was like, man, I'm fine if he leave Cleveland, because it's the media circus that come with LeBron. You don't get the ESPNs and her LeBron was unhappy, and just you get all of that mess whenever LeBron is on your team. And that's what they got. That's what the Miami Heat got. That's what the Lakers got. Cleveland dealt with that. And I think Jeanie Buss, I guess she's at a point where she didn't realize LeBron will be bigger than the Lakers. Like, just having LeBron there and all the news and the media and all that stuff. And it kind of overshadowed. I'm not saying she was looking for the spotlight, but that did kind of overshadow her a little bit. Just the way LeBron rolls and just the media coverage and all that stuff, and just how you do business. And they thought that, drafting Bronny will make things better and all that stuff. It's just like, what is he supposed to do at that point? Y'all didn't have to do any of that, and y'all did. So I think she's probably a little fatigued the way everything is being ran with LeBron just being on the Lakers. And I think she probably just want to move on. She don't want the Lakers to look bad, but I think she just want to move forward with Luka and just start over like that. Because, I mean, as many stars as they had some big stars. I think LeBron probably caused the most controversy as a Laker, as far as just, not doing anything bad or illegal, no bad press or anything like that. I think just, all the good and bad when it comes to press. I think that's just, being overshadowed on top of LeBron demands and the game him and Clutch play. So I think she just kind of tired of that and just kind of over it. She probably wanted to overreact and just trade him somewhere and get it over with, but probably didn't want the blowback and probably feel like he's ungrateful. And look, LeBron been in the league for 23 years. So he went through every team. Every team did whatever he wanted. So I think, as many stars as they had in over the years, I think this is probably the challenging one. Because, he decided to come to the Lakers, but he got all these demands. Meanwhile, you had other players like a Kobe who was, technically wasn't drafted by the Lakers, but had been a Laker for life and enjoyed being a Laker. So, I think she's just probably fed up with it. And I think that kind of say a lot, man. It's going to be a weird way to end LeBron's career if he do decide to retire. But I'm really curious, if he don't decide to retire, what is he going to do? Is he going to try to walk around like he big bad LeBron again? Or just kind of tone it down and say, you know what, let me go back to Cleveland. Let me take less money, trade my kid there, and I'm going to just kind of try to fit in with this team and not be, LeBron and the Cavaliers. Let me just ride off in the sunset at the team I started at.
Yeah, I think it would be the best look possible would be for him to go to Cleveland and end it there, I think. Because the fact is, the Laker fans will never love LeBron like they love their other legends, I feel. They will never love him like they love Kobe. They will never love him like they love Magic, Kareem, all these other great Lakers players. I don't think they're gonna love him like that. And they're gonna right now. I think they're focused on more of the bad than the good. They also mentioned in the story about how Jeanie was upset that LeBron took no accountability for the Russell Westbrook trade, bringing him in, and how that just fell apart. And then he wanted to put that on the front office when it didn't work out. Like, well, wait a minute. You're doing LeBron shit where you bring over your friends, the same shit you did in Cleveland, and you're mad that it doesn't work out. Well, you got J.R. Smith in Cleveland, who you want to bring in, and now you in L.A. with a floundering Russell Westbrook who you want to bring in, and you're surprised it didn't work out. So, yeah, it's just LeBron doing LeBron things. And I'm not surprised by it, but it would be very awkward if he does a retirement tour in L.A. with the energy being like it is right now. I think with people more focused on Luka in the future, people just kind of want LeBron to move on. I think you got JJ Redick sick of all this shit now, and their complete lack of defense and just the way the team just plays checked out. I think it'll be best for him to just wrap it up in Cleveland, and he's always going to be the king there. If it wasn't for LeBron, Cleveland would have 0 championship rings. So he will always be loved there. And I think that'll be best for him. But of course, the goodbye tour will be fancier in LA. So that's what you got to consider. Like, what does he really think is important? Does he just want the feel-good story, or does he want the glitz and glamour of the LA Lakers being where you end your career? I don't know.
Yeah, that's gonna be tough for him, man. I think he got some decisions to make if he want to, because I know he want a retirement tour. So I wouldn't think he would retire after this year. So I'm just kind of curious: is he gonna try to force his way out? Maybe try to go to Golden State. Maybe he don't want to go. Maybe he don't want to go to Cleveland, or Cleveland maybe don't want him. But maybe he kind of want to play with Golden State. He's cool with Draymond Green. If Draymond Green is staying there, Steph Curry's still there, maybe he want to just go to San Francisco and kind of stay in the California area and just play for the Warriors. And I don't know how that would look, but he got some decisions to make, man. It's gonna be weird. It's gonna be a weird way to end the career, man. Because I thought he was gonna just stay in LA forever. But it looked like he actually addressed the Jeanie Buss, the article too. Mm-hmm. It's gonna be it's a little awkward, man. I'll be shocked if he stayed in LA another year.
Yeah. Look, I would actually really respect if he just announced at the end of the year, at the end of the season, this was my last season. I'm done. But here's my conspiracy. I think LeBron will retire, but I don't think he's going to be done with basketball. I have a feeling like the Saudis are going to get some kind of fucking basketball league set up, and I think he's going to go over there and play for like almost $1 billion because they're throwing money around trying to get some sports leagues popping. They did it with golf. They're doing it with a bunch of other shit. And I think I would be surprised if they did it with basketball. And they said, hey, let's make this new league and let's pay LeBron a shitload of money to play over here.
They were trying to remember, I think Clutch Sports was trying to do that at one point where they was trying to make a league of their own and gather up some billionaires to put in on it and make their own league. But I think that kind of fell through. But that's a good conspiracy, man.
I see it because they did it with golf, man. They got fucking Ronaldo over there, and they tried to get Messi. I mean, not golf. I mean soccer. They did with soccer. Yeah. They got Ronaldo over there. They tried to get Messi. They offered a lot of money to Messi. They offered him like $800 million, I think. Damn. So they're to get LeBron over there. I could see them cooking up something crazy, and he would not be able to say no. So yeah, I think that's possible too. Maybe he leaves the NBA and does something else. So I don't know. Maybe that's too far down the rabbit hole, but it's just how I could see him doing some shit like that, honestly.
Yeah, that wouldn't surprise me because he still seemed like he want to play.
Yep.
Yeah.
But Father Time comes for us all, man. So I think it might be about it. Your girl Molly Karam I saw is back. She will reunite with Max Kellerman to host Zuffa Boxing on Paramount Plus, this new boxing league by the UFC people, I think. Aren't those the Zuffas, the people who do UFC?
Yes.
I think.
Yeah,
So,
I think they just went to Paramount Plus.
Yeah. So how do you feel about that? Sidebar, I've been tapped into the boxing community, and I'm very happy to see that they're on Max Kellerman's ass again. Because and I'm happy that they're showing everybody, because I had to sit here and see people act like Max Kellerman was a genius who was unfairly ousted from ESPN because Stephen A. Smith hated him. And look, to be fair, Stephen A. Smith did take him off First Take, but Max Kellerman sucked, man. It's what I've been saying this whole time. Y'all acting like they fucking fired Stuart Scott. All right? This is Max Kellerman was as stupid as Stephen A. Smith, maybe even more so. I was sick of this cope of people acting like he was some super genius and he had these great sports takes. Man, he's ass. All right.
Yeah.
He is a dick sucker for big corporations, and he'll say whatever he's supposed to say. And I was sick of seeing him. I'm sick of seeing him back in boxing. And I'm glad everybody can see now that he was always ass. And it wasn't just Stephen A. Smith.
I think what people missed was the traditional First Take, where it's just one person debating the other head to head. Because when he left, then it pretty much became the Stephen A. Smith and Friends type show. It was no head-to-head debate, like one-on-one type deal. So I think that's what people probably missed, for real. It was hard for me to sit here and think people really, missed that. And honestly, I thought, I ain't have an issue with Max Kellerman, but I thought they were going to get a show to, what was the dude? Will Kane. Remember Will Kane?
Yeah.
Yeah, he in the political spot now, but you could tell which aisle he sat on. He sat in, just how he was talking, man. They were getting super heated, talking about the Cowboys and all that. And you could tell Stephen A. was kind of pissed a little bit. So I thought, because he kind of reminded me a little more Skip Bayless a little bit. Just the way they kind of just go back and forth. It seems like they hate each other. But so Max Kellerman, I ain't feeling no type of way about Max Kellerman. I wasn't like, oh yeah, he's back. I can't wait to hear. He just, once he left ESPN, it seemed like he was just quiet. It just kind of went off the map a little bit. So I think a lot of the people was kind of curious where the hell he was at. And when he came back, it's just like, oh yeah, we missed him in boxing. I'm like, really?
When he gave that interview on ESPN, or not ESPN, on the Bill Simmons podcast, and everybody was like, yep, he confirmed it. He was too smart for Stephen A. Smith. He was too smart for the show. Stephen A. Smith didn't want somebody that smart arguing because he had smarter takes. Like, did y'all watch the show?
He called himself Muhammad Kellerman or whatever it was.
Yes. If you watch the show, I'm just convinced people just don't like Stephen A. Smith, and just, I know they don't. But the cope that Max was better than him or not even as bad, and that's what made me sick, because I couldn't stand either of them when they were on the show together. I thought they were equally terrible, and it just made me sick. The dick sucking of Max I heard from Twitter crowds who just didn't like Stephen A. Smith and wanted to shit on him. Yeah. Like, just shit on him for his own merits. You ain't got to gas up Max Kellerman with his stupid shit. Now he's back and you see what he is. You gonna tell me y'all want that every morning?
And he's worse now. You can say he's worse.
Yes.
Like, he's chilling. Worse. At least he was kind of scaled back a little bit on ESPN, but he's worse now.
Yes, you could hear him every week on the Rich Paul podcast talking nonsense. And look, since y'all miss him so much, I hope y'all run those numbers up. All right, since y'all miss him and his genius takes and how smart he is, I hope you guys are listening every week to the great Max Kellerman. Since you miss him so much. Now that is hate. I'll admit that's hate. That might be level 4 hateration, but I just can't stand that guy, man. I never liked him on First Take. I didn't like him in boxing, and the glaze I saw from people just made me sick.
Yeah.
So, just a sidebar. Anything else going on, man? I'm checking the timeline just in case we miss anything.
I saw some. I think somebody posted some bullshit that wasn't true. Somebody posted. It looked like it was a picture of Stevie Wonder with the year he was born and today's 2026.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, what the fuck? So I was looking. It was earlier today too. Earlier during the podcast. So I was looking. I ain't see nothing. I think somebody just posted some fucking bullshit. Hey,
yeah,
it was just a picture with the year he was born in 2026. It's just like, what the fuck?
Yeah, man, you can't trust nothing. There's too much AI out here. Fucking the future is cooked.
Yeah.
It's over. It's over, man.
Man.
Yeah, I think that might about do it for the podcast, man. I think we covered everything. So all y'all in the South with us, and y'all be safe during this next weekend of harsh winter weather for us. You know, I'm sure there's some dickhead out there listening from fucking New York or fucking New England or fucking some Canada who was like, yeah, you guys are talking or whining about little ice. Y'all pussies. Y'all make me laugh. Y'all in the South getting upset over little ice. We get 18 inches of snow a day. So, okay, man. But look.
You know the worst part about that is, like, if you bring it up, like, man, it's about to get bad here. Oh, it's 20 inches of snow here. Or if you sit here and say, man, it's supposed to be 10 degrees outside, they be like, well, it's negative 20 degrees here.
Yeah.
It's like, why we dick measuring, man?
Yeah.
Like, okay, cool. It's colder where you at. Like, it's still fucking cold here.
Yes. And the key difference is you chose to live there. All right. Yeah. You knew what you were getting into. We moved. We're in the South because we want that tropical weather. All right. We're not built for that super cold shit.
Yes. It's not fucking normal to be 10 degrees here.
Yes.
Like, that's not fucking normal. Just like it's not normal to be 110 degrees up there.
Yes.
Like, y'all be shutting shit down when it's 100 something degrees. Y'all be on the news talking about some drink water and shit.
Yes. And y'all city is set up for the weather you usually have.
Yeah.
And when it's something outside of that, you're not prepared for it. Same here. We're not prepared for weather in the fucking 20s. All right. We're just not. We're not prepared for ice on the roads. We're not prepared for go outside and it's super insanely cold to where you can't even do anything. So yeah, we're not built for that, man. So please spare us your y'all wouldn't last a day up in Ontario. Okay, man. I don't want to hear it.
Yeah.
Man. But anyway, that about does it, man. Y'all of course stay tuned in the loop 10 to 2 Sports Radio 610. Figgy Fig doing his thing. Y'all catch me wherever, man. I'll be streaming on Twitch, so if you want to check that out, I'm at Houston Rockett Houston_Rockett.
I gotta catch you one day on Twitch. Just see what you be talking about, man.
I just be fucking around. I'll be I just stream for the homies mainly, and I'll just be playing random games, man. I played Returnal on PC, then I played Saints Row. I've been playing Saints Row lately. I mainly play old shit because I'm old, so you can catch me playing some old ass shit, man. I wanted to stream that Def Jam game at one point too, so I might have to. But you check me out there. And yeah, man. So y'all be safe, stay warm, and until next time.
Peace.